Hey there folks, today I'm diving into a spine-chilling tale that'll make you question reality and dreams. It's a story that blurs the lines between what is real and what is imagined, leaving you with a lingering sense of unease. Imagine you're in a strange city, away from home, ready to start your new academic adventure. The excitement of new beginnings mixed with the anxiety of the unknown. That's exactly where Sakita found herself, a young woman full of dreams and aspirations, stepping into a world that was both thrilling and intimidating. Sakita had just arrived in a distant city for her studies. The city was bustling, yet she felt a sense of isolation, being so far from everything familiar. Her friend had given her the address of a hostel, a bit old and somewhat far from her college. It was supposed to be a temporary arrangement until she found something better. As she approached, the hostel loomed in front of her, its age showing through its creaky exterior. The building seemed to whisper secrets of the past, its windows like eyes watching her every move. Suddenly from behind, a voice called out, "Sakita!" The sound was both familiar and strange, sending a shiver down her spine. She spun around, heart racing, to see a man standing there. His presence was unsettling, yet she couldn't pinpoint why. "I'm the manager of the hostel," he said with an almost too friendly smile. His eyes seemed to hold a hidden agenda, making her uneasy. After a brief conversation, Sakita took her room key and headed to her room. The hallway was dimly lit, and every step she took echoed ominously. Exhausted from her journey, she fell asleep almost immediately. Her dreams were filled with strange, fragmented images that left her feeling restless. The next day, Sakita was at the college library, buried in her books. The library was a sanctuary, a place where she could lose herself in her studies and forget about the eerie hostel. When she returned to the hostel, she felt something off. The air was thick with an unexplainable tension, a feeling of being watched. As she was resting, she heard the sound of water running. It was a small, yet persistent noise that gnawed at her nerves. She found the tap in her room turned on. Strange. She was sure she hadn't used it. She turned it off, but an eerie feeling lingered. It was as if the hostel itself was alive, playing tricks on her. She decided to speak with the manager. Maybe he could explain the strange occurrences, but when she got downstairs, no one was there. The lobby was eerily silent, amplifying her sense of dread. The place felt deserted and cold. It was as if the life had been sucked out of it, leaving behind a hollow shell. Suddenly she heard crying, soft yet piercing. Fear gripped her. The sound seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. She turned towards the gate and saw the lock rattling violently. It was as if an unseen force was trying to break free. Then, a dark, haunting voice whispered her name, Sakita. The sound was chilling, sending a wave of terror through her. Terrified, she turned around and saw the hostel engulfed in flames. The fire roared, consuming everything in its path. The manager appeared again, shouting her name. His face was twisted in a grotesque expression of fear and anger. Sakita jolted awake, back in the college library, sweat dripping down her face. Her heart was pounding and she struggled to catch her breath. Was it all just a nightmare? The vividness of the dream left her questioning her own reality. She decided to find out. She couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to the story. She left the college and headed towards the hostel. Each step was filled with a mix of fear and determination. The same old building stood there, but this time the gate was locked tight, covered in rust and cobwebs. It looked abandoned, as if no one had set foot there in years. Shocked, she stared at it when a friend approached her. The sight of the dilapidated building was a stark contrast to her vivid dream. "Sakita, what are you doing here?" Her friend's voice was filled with concern. "That hostel's been closed for years." The words hit her like a ton of bricks, leaving her reeling. Sakita's heart skipped a beat. Was her nightmare real? The line between dream and reality blurred even further. Or was it just her mind playing tricks on her? The question gnawed at her, leaving her in a state of confusion. So what do you think? The mystery remains unsolved, leaving us to ponder the nature of reality and dreams. Was Sakita living a haunting reality, or just the victim of a vivid nightmare? The answer may never be clear. Sometimes what we experience in dreams can feel just as real as the waking world. The mind is a powerful thing, capable of creating worlds that are indistinguishable from reality. Stay curious, stay safe, and remember, sometimes reality can be stranger than fiction. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and never stop wondering about the mysteries that lie just beyond the veil of our understanding.